treatment if you're dealing with, a clinical disorder.
Right, absolutely vital distinction. Okay, so let's really dive into the core factors then. What are these multi-layered triggers, the things that contribute to stress and anxiety, particularly in women?
Okay, so we can kind of break these down into different areas. Let's start with the biology,
Mhm.
specifically how hormonal changes can significantly influence anxiety risk in women. We see this pop up at several, let's call them vulnerable life stages. Think about premenstrual dysphoric disorder, PMDD. This isn't just typical PMS. It involves really severe anxiety, irritability
Mm,
leading up to menstruation. It can really impact daily life.
right.
Then you've got pregnancy and the postpartum period. Huge hormonal shifts there. Emotional adjustments, plus obviously the massive challenge of caring for a newborn.
Oh, absolutely.
And then later in life, perimenopause and menopause. You get fluctuating, then declining estrogen levels, and that can really ramp up anxiety, often made worse by sleep problems, which are common then too.
So it really isn't just feeling hormonal, there's a tangible biological basis for these shifts in anxiety. Feeling hormonal, there's a tangible biological basis for these shifts in anxiety.
Exactly.
Can you tell us a bit more about the specific hormones involved? Like which ones are the main players?
Yeah, definitely. So a drop in estrogen and progesterone, which happens, at the end of the menstrual cycle or during perimenopause, they can directly trigger anxiety. Interestingly, low levels of testosterone,
Oh,
which women also have, just less than men, are also linked to things like elevated worry or even, right.
hmm
But it plays a role.
Yeah.
On the flip side, you have oxytocin, often called the love hormone or cuddle hormone. That's been shown to actually reduce stress and anxiety, especially through social connection.
Ah, okay.
And then, of course, the big ones we hear about, cortisol and adrenaline, your body's stress steroids.
Right.
They get released whenever you perceive a threat, real or not.
Right.
Real or not.
Right. The fight or flight response.
Precisely.
Mm.
And if you're all geared up for that fight or flight, but there's no actual physical action to take, like you're stuck in traffic or dealing with a stressful email.
Yeah, just sit there buzzing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those elevated hormones can leave you feeling restless, agitated, anxious, because the physical release didn't happen.
That makes so much sense. Is that why sometimes even after the stressful thing is over, you still feel kind of wired or on edge?
That's a huge part of it. And it can lead to what some researchers call a vicious cycle. See, the sustained production of stress hormones like cortisol can actually suppress testosterone production.
Okay.
And since testosterone also helps regulate cortisol release, having lower testosterone can then trigger another rise in cortisol.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it basically compounds that anxious feeling, makes it harder to come back